Imagine for a moment that you are running, not from physical danger, but from something inside you, a sadness that tightens your chest, a burning anger, a fear that whispers that you are not enough. You have felt this, haven't you? Most of us learn from an early age to run away from uncomfortable emotions, to swallow them, to distract them with work, social media, or even a forced smile, because facing what we feel feels dangerous, like opening a door to a dark room where we don't know what we will find. But what if I told you that running away from your emotions is what is keeping you trapped, while facing them can be the key to a freedom you have never imagined? Stopping running away from your emotions is an act of courage that transforms how you see yourself, how you relate to others, and how you live your life. And I will explain to you what happens when you finally decide to face this dark room. First, when you stop running away, you start to understand what your emotions are trying to tell you. They're not enemies, but messengers. Sadness may be asking you to honor a loss. Anger may be signaling a breached boundary. Fear may be alerting you to something that needs attention. For example, that anguish you feel every time you think about your job may not just be stress, but a sign that you're out of alignment with your values or stuck in something that doesn't fulfill you. By listening to these emotions, you gain clarity about what really matters. And that clarity is powerful because it allows you to make more authentic decisions, like changing careers, setting boundaries in relationships, or seeking help. But this listening isn't easy. At first, facing repressed emotions can feel like opening a dam. Everything you've held back for years can come flooding back, and it can be scary. You might cry over things you didn't even know were still hurting you, feel angry about situations you thought you'd overcome, or realize fears that shaped your choices without you even realizing it. This process is uncomfortable, but it's also where healing begins. By letting these emotions be, you stop carrying the burden of pretending everything is okay, and that relief is like letting out a breath you've held for too long. Plus, when you face your emotions, you get to know the real you, not the version of yourself you show the world, but the person behind the mask. How many times have you said, "I'm fine," when in reality you were falling apart inside? Running away from your emotions creates a disconnection from yourself, but facing them reconnects you. You discover what moves you, what hurts you, what lights you up. This self-understanding is the foundation for stronger self-esteem, because you stop judging yourself for feeling the way you do and start accepting yourself as human, imperfect but whole. And this acceptance changes how you relate to others. When you stop running from your emotions, you also stop demanding that others be perfect or fill your voids, because you're already facing your own. Your relationships become more honest. You can say, "I'm hurt," instead of blowing up or pulling away, and this creates deeper connections because people respect the real you. But I won't lie, this process comes at a price. Facing emotions means dealing with the pain you've avoided for so long, and it can make you feel vulnerable, like you're defenseless. Maybe you realize you've been holding a grudge against someone who hurt you years ago, or that you're carrying around guilt that isn't yours. Maybe you're facing the loneliness of realizing that some parts of your life need to change. This vulnerability is scary, but it's also where you find strength, because each emotion you face is proof that you're capable of handling more than you thought. And over time, you realize that emotions, even the most intense ones, don't destroy you. They pass, like waves if you let them flow. Another thing that happens is that you stop living on autopilot. When you run away from your emotions, you distract yourself with routines, addictions, or choices that don't reflect who you are. Maybe you work too hard to avoid thinking, or you cling to relationships that don't do you any good because it's better than being alone. But when you face them, you start to question, why am I doing this? What do I really want? This question is revolutionary. It takes you out of inertia and puts you in control of your life. You might decide to leave a job that's suffocating you, pursue hobbies that you're passionate about, or simply say no to things that no longer serve you. This sense of agency is liberating because you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start building a life that makes sense to you. Of course, facing emotions doesn't mean you'll become a problem-free person or that you'll never feel pain again. Life will always have challenges, and difficult emotions will always come up. But when you stop running away, you develop. Resilience. You learn that you can feel sadness without drowning in it, anger without becoming bitter, fear without paralyzing yourself. This resilience gives you the confidence to face whatever comes your way, because you know you've already faced the worst, the chaos inside you. And perhaps most surprisingly, stopping running from your emotions opens you up to feeling more joy. When you allow yourself to feel everything, positive emotions become more intense too. A moment with friends, a small achievement, even the beauty of an ordinary day takes on a new glow because you're present, not running away. So what happens when you stop running from your emotions? You become more you, more courageous, more aware, more connected. It's like stepping out of a dark room and realizing that the light doesn't blind you, but shows you the way. It's not an easy process, and it doesn't happen overnight. You'll need patience, perhaps tools like journaling, meditation, or therapy, and most of all, the courage to say, I'm going to feel this, even if it hurts. But every step you take in that direction is a victory, proof that you're stronger than the voice telling you to run away. So I ask you, what are you avoiding feeling today? And what would happen if just for a moment you decided to face it?